YouTube is officially cooked and you might be part of the problem. But don't worry, by the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you how we can make YouTube raw again. Ooh, probably shouldn't phrase it that way, but if we're being honest, YouTube was pretty raw back in the day. I'm gay. Now, I'm not just saying that YouTube is cooked because I keep seeing YouTube is dead videos in my browser feed. That's far from it. But I think we can all admit that YouTube has plenty of reasons why it's cooked. Specifically, videos like this one right here. And I know what some people are thinking when they see that face. Damn liberals. Bernie ruined YouTube? No, Bernie didn't ruin YouTube, but he is participating in what makes YouTube suck. Because look at this title right here. I attended Trump's inauguration yesterday. Here are my thoughts. This is the most YouTuber good for the algorithm title you'll see around. It's used by all the big YouTubers. But to see it being used by a sitting senator is freaking crazy. I don't know about you, but I don't think important people should have to play the YouTuber algorithm game to get their information out there. Could you imagine if a national emergency was happening, but the video that everybody needed to see didn't get pushed by the algorithm because the thumbnail and title weren't flashy enough? I can't speak for you, but personally, I don't want to see important information from important people get gamified. But having to play title tag isn't the only reason why YouTube is cooked, because have you seen the amount of AI that is taking over this website? It is getting so bad that I might unknowingly be taking part in this, and you might be too. You see, I like to think that I'm pretty good at spotting AI. And I'm not just talking about those stupid AI trailers that are really popular right now. But I never thought about AI music being an issue, specifically lo-fi, which is something that I often listen to in the background. Now, I'm fully aware that a lot of music channels on YouTube use AI images for backgrounds or thumbnails, and I always thought that that was just like a low-budget way for them to get their music out there. That was until the other day when I was watching Ludwig talk about AI music. I got fed this video about lo-fi AI, and also, I remember watching Moist Critical specifically do a video where he created music using AI. That's when I realized, fuck, I'm part of the problem. Because there's a pretty high chance that those random 3 a.m. coding lo-fi music videos I've been watching are just straight up made with AI. And if you find yourself watching this kind of content, you are also giving the okay to have AI music all over this platform. So I think we really need a change. The only way that I know that you can guarantee that you're listening to music made by real people is if you check out my side project, Easy Mode, because I'm the art director over there, and I can tell you for a fact that we're hiring real people to be the artists on this project. Okay, that was a shameless plug, but if you do want to know that you're listening to legitimate music, most real pages will have where the music comes from, whether that be the artist or if they're connected to a distributor. Also, you usually have like a music tab on that page as well, to where you can actually listen to it through, I was gonna say Apple Music, but YouTube Music, because YouTube has their own playlists and everything like that, which, you know, if you pay for YouTube Premium like myself, you get, you know, YouTube Music for free. Why do I want to keep saying Apple? I was always a Spotify guy myself. Also, if channels do use AI to make their music, they are supposed to list it as such due to YouTube's terms of service, but I highly doubt a majority of these channels are actually following that rule. The next reason why YouTube is cooked, I think, can be blamed on viewers and creators, but more specifically live streamers. The reason I say this is because viewers love drama, and I think a majority of the drama you see on YouTube comes from people that live stream, aside from, you know, the quarterly Minecraft YouTuber that gets added as a PDF. Now, many people would consider this type of content slop content because there's always fresh drama being created on live streams. But I feel like the only reason this type of content exists is because of clip channels. And if I'm being honest, clip channels might be worse than AI content. Might be as bad, okay, because I know somebody's gonna be in the comments, oh, you really think it's worse than AI content that steals people? If we're gonna get technical, people are stealing these clips from creators. My theory on why there are so many clip channels is because live streamers are totally cool with people taking moments from their live streams and uploading them to these content farm clip channels, because it ends up leading to a lot of free exposure. And exposure is really hard to come by when you're a live streamer. The problem with this is there's so many of these content farms that you end up seeing the same content from every channel, but just with a different thumbnail and clickbait titles. There are streamers like Hassan Piker who says he doesn't care about these clip channels because, you know, the people that run them are usually hardworking people that could use the revenue. Which is nice, but let's not pretend that every person that runs a clip channel is some broke college student trying to pay off their debts. If I had to make a guess, I doubt a majority of these channels are even American. They're most likely from other countries, and they're able to watch American creators or creators from the West in real time and be able to post that same content while the streamer is still live and after they go to bed.
If I looked at YouTube right now, there's probably me reacting to this event videos uploaded already with like 5K views. Because clip channels will clip stuff even before I'm done in order to be first to market, and will upload it. Hassan reacts to Ludwig, Mogul Chess Boxing Championship. That's 1 hour and 11 minutes of content with 8K views.
What's even worse is there are now programs that allow you to upload hours of content, and the program will search through that content and find the best moments from it and make separate videos for you. So those hardworking people aren't even really doing that much work anymore. On top of that, these clip farms are getting so bad that they are blatantly stealing content, editing that content out of context, slapping their own watermarks on it, and even sponsored logos that make it look like the original creators support that particular sponsor. This all happened recently with popular YouTuber and streamer Valkyrae, who has mentioned meeting with a lawyer over this type of content, but if I'm being honest, I think it's going to take a lot more people than just Valkyrae to see any real change here. I should point out that unfortunately, there's only really one way to fight these big channels stealing content, and that is issuing copyright strikes, which is a very slippery slope when it comes to the YouTube space, and has caused a lot of drama over the years, specifically when it comes to reaction channels. So to avoid the drama, I feel like a lot of big creators don't even bother trying to police their content. But if I had to make an argument here, I do think that reaction channels are nowhere near as bad as these content farms. I say that because if I were to watch a reaction channel, I know it is not the original piece of content. I see somebody else's stupid face reacting to it, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm not gonna watch this, I wanna go find the original. But when it comes to content farms, they are blatantly just ripping content and reposting it. So I couldn't even find the original creator if I wanted to sometimes. Also, as I've mentioned in this video a couple of times now, if you're somebody that watches these content farms, you're part of the problem. But, you know, to be fair, guilty, okay, I've done it myself, all right, I am guilty. It is something I am definitely trying to change in 2025. Yeah, I kind of want to stop watching this content because, yeah, just, you know, I went so far to kill my drama character on this channel. If you did not notice or see that video, I didn't kill them, by the way. Somebody killed them, but we're still very much heartbroken by his loss. Okay, so now let's get to the good stuff, because I've seen so many of these I miss old YouTube videos, and rarely in those videos do they ever provide a way to fix YouTube. There's also another thing they never do, but I'm going to reveal that in a little bit. So how do we go about fixing YouTube? Well, for starters, you're going to have to change your viewing habits, because if you were someone that was watching all the stuff I talked about, you're going to want to stop supporting all of those AI and clip channels. In case you've never seen this before, YouTube actually allows you to mark a channel as don't recommend channel. Next up, if you are one of the I miss old YouTube viewers, we need to have a little chat, because I think there is a misconception when it comes to YouTube nowadays for the people that miss old YouTube. I think a majority of this argument comes from people that want to just watch other people with personalities do things that they enjoy doing instead of making content that is good for an algorithm. And I totally agree with that. But also, I think people miss low effort and low quality content. And by low quality, I mean resolution. Because what screams old YouTube more than low quality video?
Let's get some shoes.
Sadly, you're just not gonna get that anymore, especially when one of the best cameras you can buy is right on your phone. And I don't see a bunch of creators purposely making their content look bad. If you want to blame someone for that change, his name is Casey Neistat. He changed how people did things on YouTube. He made quality the standard, the same way that MrBeast made personality disappear by doing his bombastic videos. As for low effort and personality content, that is still around. It's just buried by all of the competition. And I think that's something viewers forget, is there is so much competition. 10 to 15 years ago, content creation was only available to people with a computer, editing software, and a camera. But nowadays, you can literally do everything on your phone. Here's something else I need to say to people that want old YouTube to come back. A lot of you don't do what people did back in old YouTube days, and that is watching all the content from creators you like. You see, the great thing about old YouTube was it was just people making videos they wanted. It didn't matter what it was, they just made content and people enjoyed watching it because of the personality. But viewing habits nowadays is a bunch of people just watching certain videos from creators they like. If you're not watching that experimental or different video that creator puts out, they're gonna see those numbers and be like, oh wow, people don't like this video, I should never make it again. But they do like when I talk about drama, so maybe I'll just make more videos about drama. I know this as fact because it happened to me. I've literally made my personal or story time videos on this channel private because nobody watched them. And if you go check out other big creators, they will tell you that nobody cares about your personal content on YouTube until you've made it big. And if you don't believe me, just hear them out.
When you're just starting out, nobody actually is searching for you, you know, because nobody knows you and nobody cares about a day in my life yet because they don't know. Like, why would I care about it?
Secondly, the other category of people that doesn't care is the audience. When I first started making YouTube videos 6 years ago, I thought people would care. I started making videos about me and my friends singing songs, a cover of Payphone by Maroon 5, a cover of Adele or whatever.
So if you want personality creators, animators, sketch comedy creators, or whoever to keep making the content that they want to make, you gotta support them. Now that doesn't mean blindly liking everything they do. You can, leave a comment and give constructive feedback. I think any genuine creator would prefer constructive feedback. Say what you liked about a video, what you didn't like about a video, what should be more, what should be less. I think all of that stuff is always good. Also, don't tell YouTube I told you this, but if you don't like a certain type of content from a creator, you could just leave it on in the background and walk away. I didn't say that, YouTube. I was under a code. It doesn't count. Here's the last thing that I never see from these I miss old YouTube videos, and that is they never tell me who they're watching. If you want personality creators to come back, who are you watching that's not getting enough exposure? They never shout anyone out for people to go be like, hey, go watch this person, go watch this person, they're really cool. You gotta do that. So, to be the change I want to see, I'm gonna shout out a lot of the people that I've been watching lately. First up, I want to shout out some small channels I've been watching, like this creator named Kusanagi, who is documenting their life as a manga artist. If you like that vlog style or Casey Neistat type of vibe, you're definitely going to get that with Kusanagi. Now, they haven't posted in a while, but that's because they had some computer issues, and from my understanding, are working on their very first manga, which I think is pretty awesome. And they're actually one of the artists that has worked on easy mode. Next up, if you are a fan of the wrestling, but you just don't have the time to keep up with the shows, I highly recommend you check out this creator named Solomonster, who has insane knowledge about just the freaking business of wrestling. Like, it's just such a good channel if you want to just catch somebody talking about all the events live, because that's one of the cool things. After a lot of the major events or like the weekly shows, they go live and give you a weekly recap, or not a weekly recap, but they give you a recap of all the shows, which I think is freaking awesome. Some people may not like this next channel because it's a shorts channel, but if you do enjoy cool 3D printed projects and products and stuff like that, I highly recommend you check out Lofted Good, because just some of the stuff that this channel makes is awesome. My last small creator I think is fantastic because they made me enjoy a type of content that I really don't like, and that is man on the street type of content. Most of the time, this content is just frat boys going up to drunken girls and trying to ask them some type of inappropriate question. But Subway Takes is not any of that, and I think this is awesome. It is a dude asking a bunch of strangers what their hot takes are, and I think it's fantastic. Celebrities do show up because it's gotten pretty popular, but I do just really enjoy this because sometimes you hear some really legit takes and then some just out of left field wacky takes, and I've sat there just scrolling through a lot of these shorts. There's some long form content as well, but I think it's just like really quick, fun content. These next channels are all for the weebs. If you like deep dives, analysis videos, or just well put together content about anime and manga, watch these channels. Especially Shonen Theory if you're trying to write manga. Just some really good thought-provoking videos from that creator, and they're like extremely small right now, which is crazy. These last channels would be considered big by many, but I do think some of them embody old YouTube. On top of that, I think they're just great content, kind of like Jet Lag. Jet Lag is one of my favorite channels and series on YouTube. It is just 3 friends playing a game of tag or hide and seek across countries, and it is just such good content. For full transparency, I found this series because I was watching Ludwig react to it. I know a lot of people hate reaction channels, but I will say I watched this way before Ludwig or anybody else even reacts to it anymore. I just like, they post and I'm like watching it. So yeah, I think this channel is fantastic. It is great content, highly recommend it. But if you want some old YouTube vibes, this person I feel like embodies old YouTube, and is Al Jokes. You might recognize him from TikTok, but also has a massive following on YouTube. If you like the old school edginess and, you know, kind of, you know, out there jokes from old school YouTube, I feel like Al just kind of really has that same vibe. So go check out that channel. If you like parodies from old school YouTube, then you definitely need to check out Emo's Not Dead. This is one of my favorite channels because I'm an old school emo boy at heart. I grew up with it when it was coming out. So all the music that he is parodying or like teaming up with the original creators to make new music is so awesome. You might also recognize, you know, the main guy is somebody from Vine.
If my kid's cute, I'm gonna name him Nova.
Aw, what if he's not cute?
Tim.
Both of those channels give me that old school YouTube vibe, but if you want the most personality creator ever, then you gotta be watching the Report of the Week. Some of you might know this man from his memes, but dude, every time a Report of the Week video shows up, I just can't wait to watch it because I love the dry humor that's in it. I love the 100% amazing reporting that comes from his food reviews. And dude's got a good voice, and he's a great creator. I just think it's hilarious. Nothing changes him. He doesn't get jaded by the algorithm, nothing. This man is just making content he wants to make, and I fucking love it.
Chicken.
So there you have it. If you actually want to bring back old YouTube, start supporting creators that aren't trying to fit into the algorithm.